my name is Hina and welcome to my Genshin channel. Today I want to look at a new post which just made me super hype. It's called The Solitary Warrior Skirk's Tales, which is, as the name suggests, is a little tale in a comic form about Skirk. She is the solitary warrior, always fighting alone. So in that sense, I guess it's gonna be more accurate that I'm gonna be running her with Chitlali, both of them being lone wolves. But as for the one and only Skirk, rumor has it that someone once witnessed her wielding a silver blade so sharp that it could tear through the night sky, but none knew her true form. However, an informant reveals that what matters most about my master is her strength. So that informant is gonna be Tartaglia. Tartaglia is not really hiding that, I guess. Hello, traveler. Or is it Paimon? Hello, traveler. Let's check out Skirk's Tales. The solitary warrior, Skirk's Tales. Seems like that she's at the Angel's Share, and it also means the Angel's Share is like this big place where gods also get drunk. Seems like people from other universes get drunk as well, which is kind of like a theory that people say about Skirk. I'm not sure if they actually mentioned it somewhere, or maybe they're gonna mention it in this comic, but there has been so many hints that she came from outside Tibet. Her existence is like an unproven rumor. For a very long time, Skirk has journeyed through Tibet like a shadow, avoiding anything more than brief contact with others, only gathering intel when absolutely necessary. Sometimes, past the stroke of midnight, a tavern goer will swear he had glimpsed her, waving hands, painting the story of a person that nobody could be sure ever was. It wasn't until very recently that there came to be one who could claim to know her, and of course, that person is Tartaglia. So it seems like now he's also going to the Angel's Share. It really is the hotspot of Tibet. So we've heard that, oh, my master, haha, she's the type to keep to herself. But now, I still communicate normally with those who possesses some measure of skill. Alright, Skirk. She literally just goes like, you're not even worthy of my talk. I'm not gonna talk to you, peasant. She's very cold. I mean, we've already seen that one in the special program. She's an alright cook. Could have been the creatures in that space, tasting a little off in general, of course. What on earth is that? Does that count as an alright? Tartaglia, what are you saying? Are you just being nice? Oh, I guess like she's very powerful. Maybe he's a little afraid. Wait a second. Is this supposed to be the narwhal? Did she just cook Sertoroch's little pet? Someone just said that she's a North Korean character. Because if you know that North Korean dish called the raw carb slices, I mean, there is a receipt for that and everything, so then maybe you can try it for yourself. Okay, to be fair, I mean, I do see some similarities. I can see now why Escalfie is basically a must with her. It's not just because of team comps, but she needs a cook with her. We initially agreed to swing by my place after leaving. I wanted to let her try my family's homemade sausages this year. It's a real shame she couldn't make it. Tartaglia, what do you mean by your family's homemade sausages? Is he having some Monstatian in him? I have offered her my family's homemade wurst and she refused? Okay, to be fair, that sounds a little sus, so I can see why Skirk decided to do so. Good choice, girl. And the food in the Abyssal Rift only tasted out to him because he's an ordinary human. There is a little sass in there. Skirk is like, You ordinary humans would not understand it. You're not on our level. Just be grateful that I'm talking to you. After all, what matters most about my master... Also, this is Tartaglia. After all, what matters most about my master is her strength and the sheer arrogance she has to go with it. Huh? Oh no, I know what I said. I'm not being ironic, and I mean no insult. When we first started my training, she only needed one hand to beat me. That was undoubtedly her arrogance shining through. But when facing a weak opponent, I believe that arrogance is an aesthetic unto itself. I mean, that's true, not gonna lie. Whenever the enemy I'm fighting is low health, I'm not gonna go for Arlecchino with that. Nope, I'm just popping my Healer's Elemental skill and bam! There definitely is some aesthetic to that, I can relate. To crush them outright would be unbecoming. Yet to feign humility only to turn the tables later on? That, dear comrade... Okay, wait, it needs a different accent. That, dear comrade, would be far too deliberate. As we can see her slicing through, which what I would assume is like a lector, like an Abyss lector. The Abyss lector also has a very Conrian designed sword, which, I mean, I guess makes sense. Like, obviously, we know that the Abyssal people came from Conria. We also see one of the Abyss mages, so she just slicing through the Abyss, it seems like. Arrogance and carelessness are both dangerous things. It's good that he wants to improve rather than to show off. Otherwise, I start worrying about finding his corpse in some strange nook or cranny. Okay, to be fair, I'm not necessarily sure how successful Skirk was in it, because Tartaglia 100% wanna show off. Like, have you seen him? And about training, I don't really care how many hands I use, but I do care how many he'll have left when I'm done teaching. She is being a very nice teacher, not gonna lie. She's like, I can't really use my full force because then Tartaglia would be dead quite soon. But she's teaching him. I mean, she definitely cares about him. He still needs to live in Tibet. So he can't just make new limbs for himself with a visceral energy like I can. Okay, wait a second. What do you mean just make new limbs? Okay, wait, let me just go back a little. Okay, so those limbs are literally just cut off. Okay, I can now see it. It's like all scattered around. Wait a second. Not a previous line. I don't really care how many hands I use. I thought she meant like, I can beat him only with one hand. But I guess no. I guess she's literally like using hands. As in like, Tartaglia cuts one off. She's like, good one. And like grows another one. Wait, that is crazy. There's no way. I mean, it does look abyssal. I thought this is just abyssal corruption. But she's not getting corrupted. She's literally growing new limbs for herself. And it also means she lost every one of her limbs at least once. So that is kind of crazy. And now I'm just curious about the animated short. Like, it has to be a part of that, but I mean, it would be kind of gory. I'm absolutely in if this is like a more adult content, but like, still, it's probably gonna kind of gory if they show. And then, so who is that girl? Is this supposed to be young Skirk or maybe her sister? They are looking very similar, but this girl is much younger and also seems to be in a different place. From the shattered glass, I would assume it's a memory from either her past, seeing her past self, or could be that this is her little sister who something is happening to her. I spend most of my time training in the abyss. I need to become stronger because there is a goal I have yet to accomplish. What is that goal? My gut reaction is these are little memory fragments. So that means she either wanna like save her sister still in her original universe, or maybe just save her entire original universe, or maybe revive it if it has been destroyed. Maybe there is a way to like turn back the time. Time travel is definitely gonna be a major part in the next Arc Conquest, so maybe it has something to do with that, but definitely something along those lines. And that's it. That was it for the comic. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe because more content is coming very soon. If there is any more Skirk content or eventually the animation, I'm gonna be reacting to that. I'm gonna analyze every single detail present, and in very shortly, just about a week, there's gonna be Skirk dropping. I'm gonna stream, I'm gonna make videos about Skirk, the Arc Conquest, and everything around that. I am extremely hyped and I hope you guys as well. See you in the next video. Bye bye!